Well, I've been thinking about this much of the day, whether to read this to you, and I've decided I will. Doesn't do any good to keep this to myself. I want you to be aware of it. Over at PJ Media, Kaveh, K-A-V-E-H, Tahiri, T-A-H-E-R-I. And of course, we know what the Islamo-Nazi regime in Tehran does to human beings, which is flat-out barbarism. It is amazing how sick the human mind can be. The various ways that the most evil kind of human beings come up with to kill their fellow man. And no compunction whatsoever. None. It's like nothing. You know, I don't even go out of my way to step on a bug. It's not to say, if you step on a bug, you step on a bug. I bring out guys here, pesticide to kill off. That's fine. But it's not like you go out of your way to look for it, is it? I want to read you this. Iran tortures animals too. Obama UN silent on Iran's shocking animal abuse. Of course. He's busy at Hiroshima attacking America. Says the last few months have seen atrocities directed at Iranian dogs and cats and other animals. This is merely a continuance of customs enacted during the 1979 revolution, customs dictated by Islamic tradition. Earlier this year, he writes, thousands of Iranians protested after footage spread depicting a man beating a dog with a stick and then kicking it brutally. The dog was also grabbed by its ears and tail and thrown against a man's pickup truck. The attacker then struck the animal repeatedly with a shovel. Perhaps most disturbing was the behavior of the onlookers. None intervened and many laughed as the dog yelped in terrible pain. The protesters, who included Iranian celebrities and artists, gathered outside the Department of Environment in Tehran to demand legislation on animal abuse. The BBC reported this disturbing video spread quickly online in Iran, especially through the popular mobile phone messaging application Telegram. The incident was investigated by park rangers who traced the truck's number plate and were later able to locate the man, a local hunter, in a village in the northwestern province of Golestan. But under the Ayatollah's regime, dogs are simply not welcome in Iran. The mullahs, dogs, Jews, Christians, stuff like that. The mullahs, with the backing of prominent imams, enforce the Islamic teaching that dogs, while not themselves impure, bear impure saliva. The doctrine resides in the Hadith. Previously, a group of Iranian MPs proposed that the acts of keeping dogs as pets or walking them in public be criminal offenses, with perpetrators subjected to 74 lashes or a fine. As for stray dogs, government-run news agency Tabnak reports the director of recycling in Mashhad City said, "We slay the shoveless dogs for about $10. Today, municipal contractors are hired to purge the cities from street animals. They exterminate using brutal procedures, toxic injections, poisoned food, or simply gunshots. Ms. Sholan Raufi, 60, died from smoke inhalation in 2015. A suspicious shelter fire killed 200 cats and the shelter's founder. At least 350 cats and 12 dogs have lived in the shelter, and it goes on. So she was killed. Prior to her death, she was frequently threatened by anonymous calls. Officials never revealed the cause of the fire. The targeting of animals has always been a tenet of the mullah's reign. It even occurred during the 1979 Islamic Revolution, when a small farm of pigs cared for by an Armenian man was set on fire by Islamic revolutionaries. Just weeks ago, over 20 wild boars were killed during an illegal hunt. Some animals, such as certain carnivores, are protected according to Sharia law. The head of Iran's Department of Environment Protection, Nasser Jafai, said that it goes on and on and on. But apparently there is widespread and growing horrific brutality against dogs. And why not, right, ladies and gentlemen? If there's going to be brutality against human beings, think of my dogs, and I think of my Barney now, and I think to myself, good Lord, all they want to do is please you. Their tails wag. They have that big smile on their face. They get excited when you come home. All they are is a bundle of joy. That's it. They're members of your family. If you're upset, you're having a bad day, something's going on that's not right in your life, you turn to your dog, right? And when we lose them, or when I do, I get very, very down. people just to throw them by their tails and ears and beat them. They're absolutely, utterly defenseless. I guess I shouldn't be surprised, right? Some of you are saying, Mark, you're talking about dogs. Look what they do to human beings. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I talk about that too. I talk about it at length. I have, and I will continue, and I will not forget. But it just goes to show you that if people are evil, they do evil things to people, and they do evil things to anyone and everything and anyone. And that's what they do.